So we are over the moon excited about it.
Tonight, learning on the lake. An anonymous donor sends $1 million to UWS to provide students a one-of-a-kind learning opportunity.
And headed to the House in a big move, a key committee makes a historical decision with the articles of impeachment.
And another round of snow is causing headache across the region. Dave is in to tell us how long the snow will keep falling.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. As 2019 comes to a close, tonight we're taking a look back at what change-filled year it was for the city of Duluth.
From starting the year rolling out Tobacco 21 to adjusting to a changing golf landscape in the city, councilors have been busy reacting and implementing. CBS 3's Jesse Slater spoke with councilors today about the year that was and what's to come.
It's been a busy year for Duluth City Councilors as most meetings were packed with a full agenda and plenty of community discussion. And the biggest universal concern:
streets is by far the #1 thing I heard about when I was out knocking on doors, and for good reason. Duluth
Mayor Emily Larson's 0.5% sales tax increase for up to 25 years, approved by the council, will help fix Duluth's 450 miles of rundown roads.
Streets allocation that's coming forward, that's a huge impact to our streets. People are always talking and asking about streets, and that was a big win.
The proposed expansion of Duluth's downtown medical district often drew large crowds to the chambers. 4th District Councilor Renee Van Nett says communication between the hospital, residents, and councilors wasn't always clear, but it's something she overall supports.
When I first landed at council my first year, I was stage 4 cancer. I needed essential health. So there's a big connection there for me to make sure that that program, that whole entity is there and better and serves.
At-large councilor Eric Forsman says it's a tremendous opportunity for the city.
Build off of that, really create the catalyst that it could be for development for the hillside when it comes to housing and economic development, childcare, and other potential benefits that the city will get from this investment.
Arguably, the latest and greatest controversy at City Hall was the proposal of a 5-cent fee on single-use plastic bags for shoppers at Duluth checkout. Both Forsman and Van Nett voted against it.
I heard a lot of people who just, generally speaking, had concerns about it or the message that it was sending.
Van Nett says she was put off by what she called the lack of clarity in the ordinance's exemption for people with low incomes. She says a plastic bag might be the only way someone can get their purchased items home.
Then it's about real people's lives and how they get by and how they don't get by. And I'm doing injustice if I can't help people figure out how to get by.
Waiting in the wings, those include Derek Medved, Janet Kennedy, and Roz Randorf, all who will be inaugurated January 6th. In the coming year, the city's earned sick and safe time ordinance will take effect January 1st. The plastic bag fee will start on April 1st, and the policy surrounding the use of police protective gear for the Duluth Police Department is expected to be rolled out at an undetermined date.
In national politics, after 2 days of history-making debate, the impeachment charges against President Trump are headed to a vote on the House floor.
Yeah, the Judiciary Committee approved 2 articles this morning accusing him of abuse of power in his dealings with Ukraine and obstruction of Congress in the following investigation. The committee's action was split along party lines, 23 for Democrats, 17 for Republicans.
Democrats also hold a majority in the House, meaning the formal impeachment of Trump is likely next week, which will set up a January trial in the Senate. Also developing today, the Supreme Court says it will hear President Trump's plea to keep his tax, bank, and financial records private. The justice's decision today to hear cases involving demands for records from Trump's banks and accounting firm means the court is likely to issue final rulings in June during President Trump's campaign for re-election. Dave's here for a look at the weather. Kind of a mess out there today, Dave.
Yeah, I'm not going to show a road map because, frankly, every road in the region has slippery stretches on it. Be cautious everywhere you go. especially through tomorrow evening, because, yeah, we're getting another round of snow coming across. 3 days, 3 different low-pressure systems, none of them overly impressive on their own, but through persistence and lake enhancement, they've been adding up and slicking up those roadways. But by tomorrow evening, things should be easing up at a price. So here's our forecast for the weekend, and the price to pay will be saying goodbye to warm temperatures. Tonight, snow still possible, low temp around 10, and tomorrow morning. Then for Saturday morning, snow still possible, slowly clearing in the afternoon and rapidly cooling. If it hits 15 early tomorrow, it'll be dropping towards 5 by Sunday, but with sunshine. Arctic high pressure back with us. How long it will last, I will talk about in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Well, with that, let's head over to CBS3's Emma Quinn, who's out in Lakeside, to give us an update on the road conditions. Emma, you've been out there for a while now. How are things looking?
Yeah, Kristen, so right now we're on 42nd Avenue East, and I will show you right now the roads right now. They are covered with snow. We can't even see the road. There's huge piles in the middle of the road. We've been going about not even 15 miles an hour the past couple 45, half an hour, 45 minutes. Traffic's been really slow. In the past half hour, roads have cleared out a lot. There hasn't been a lot of cars out on the road, and everyone's taking it really slow. And we'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Emma, well, you guys continue to take it slow out there as well. Thank you. 2 men have been charged after a drug bust in Duluth earlier this week, and one of them is no stranger to law enforcement. 30-year-old Robert Winston from Michigan and 53-year-old Maurice King from Duluth were both charged in St. Louis County today. The charges stem from a bust earlier this week on the 2000 block of West 2nd Street. Police found meth, fentanyl, cash, and guns. At the time of the arrest, Winston was free on bail after being charged with second-degree assault following a December shooting in Duluth. Authorities say he was also on intensive pretrial release after being charged with multiple drug crimes in October. This is Winston's 5th arrest in the last 4 months. He was charged with first and second-degree sale of a controlled substance for this most recent bust. His bail was set at $200,000. King was charged with aiding and abetting second-degree sale of a controlled substance. His bail was set at $50,000.
Meanwhile, we still have very few answers 2 months after a murder on the Iron Range. Frank Meyer was found dead at his home in Mackinnon, southeast of Virginia, in early October. Officers made that discovery after a 911 call requesting a welfare check. The 47-year-old had not been heard from for days. The St. Louis County Sheriff says they have not arrested anyone yet, but also added the public is not in any danger. Also, still no arrests after a threat to the Virginia courthouse. The building was evacuated a month ago after someone called 911 and said there was a bomb inside. Authorities never found a bomb, but say they're still investigating.
UWS is hoping to take students out on the fresh lake for a fresh take on learning.
And it's all thanks to an anonymous donor who gave the Superior University $1 million to make it all happen. CBS3's Alex Libby joins us now in the studio with more on this new floating classroom. Alex, what can you tell us?
Well, Kristen and Tony, the Lake Superior Research Institute, which is housed at UWS, says the donation will allow them to buy a boat with special features designed to help students from various departments to learn and grow. This is a look at UWS's old floating classroom, which they had from 1978 until 2012. According to Amy Elliott, the Lake Superior Research Institute's assistant director, there wasn't enough money to fund the old vessel, the L.L. Smith Jr., so she said they sold it to a private buyer. As for the new boat, they don't have a specific design or plan laid out just yet, but they want to have the state-of-the-art equipment to help with anything from science class to art class. Overall, they say the biggest goal is to help students learn.
We're very excited. We are so appreciative. When we let the Smith go, we never gave up on the idea that we'd be back on the water. And we think that the community really enjoys their experience out there, and this gift allows us to do that.
Elliott says the old vessel could hold 25 students, which meant they had to split classes into separate groups. She says they hope the new boat will be able to hold more students. So before the new vessel can hit the water, the Lake Superior Research Institute has about 2 years of planning to get through. They hope it will be ready by 2022.
All right, thanks, Alex. Meanwhile, sticking with UWS, athletes there are wrapping up their week of giving by spreading some holiday cheer. I love it. The men's basketball team went caroling for cans today. It was one of the events the more than 300 UWS athletes took part in this week to give back to the community. They also wrapped presents for kids in need and rang bells for the Salvation Army. The athletes say the Week of Giving is a great way to connect with the community.
As we're caroling for cans, as we're going up to random homes and we see the kids and they see the athletes come out, and then they get a sense of pride knowing that those are community members that they can look up to, and you know, we want to set a good example for them.
This was the 4th annual UWS Week of Giving.
Across the bridge, the University of Minnesota's president has asked the university system to pay off UMD's debt. U of M President Joan Gable sent out an email today saying she asked for $6.8 million to go to UMD. The money would be paid over the next 2 years. This sum would eliminate debt the school accumulated over the past several years. Gable says this will allow the school to make new investments and focus on the future. She also said she did not make the decision lightly. UMD Chancellor Lenley Black said Gable's actions are a big step forward. UMD is making $5.2 million in cuts. Officials said 29 faculty and staff will either be laid off or have their contracts reduced. Officials also said the College of Liberal Arts and the School of Fine Arts will merge. According to UMD, the cuts were necessary to start 2020 with a balanced budget.
Essentia Health will use a $1 million grant to fight opioid misuse. Essentia will be focusing on areas in northern St. Louis County and western Minnesota. The main goal of the grant is to increase access to treatment in rural and tribal communities. Essentia received a planning grant last year to identify ways to fight opioids. Officials say the most recent award will help them execute that plan.
According to the Minnesota Department of Health, the flu season is off to a pretty unusual start. The B strain of influenza is causing most of the lab-confirmed cases. Typically, experts say the A strain shows up first and causes the most cases. Today's report shows the B strain made up about 80% of cases tested in the first week of December. Experts say the B strain historically spreads faster among children. State data shows 176 people have been hospitalized for the flu this season. 75% of that is in the Twin Cities.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, 'tis the season to ice fish. Coming up, we'll take you to the deck where all the latest and greatest gear is on display.
Temperature-wise today felt pretty nice. High temp 19, not bad, but still 4 degrees colder than normal. Tomorrow, temperatures go back towards the Arctic side of life. Cold snap is coming, and in between, more snow possible for about a day or so. We'll talk about those two things coming up after our break.
Visit Bender's Shoes and step into style with new arrivals from Rieker and Ramonte. Enjoy modern European styling in footwear designed with features that ensure comfort with every step. Come in today and give them a try. We're located in Grand Rapids, Hibbing, and Duluth.
I know people love the dish remote. It's great. So why build in the Google Assistant? I mean, who really needs a TV remote that can turn the thermostat up,
change temperature to 72,
the lights down,
dim the lights,
and still access their DVR?
play video?
Actually, some people could absolutely use a remote like that. The new Dish Voice Remote. Dish, tuned in to you.
Yes. Come on, say joy to come. Don't stop clapping now. Come on.
Happy Honda Days is on now. Unwrap the joy of a new Accord, the best midsize sedan in America, according to Car and Driver.
That's all right.
I guarantee you, if your home just burned to the ground or you had a major accident, your first thing you're going to think about is not going to be, I just saved $500 on my auto and home insurance today. It's going to be, am I covered? At Vernon Insurance Agency, our first, second, and third goal is that you understand your coverage, there's no gaps in coverage, and your claims are covered when you have them. Call Vernon Insurance Agency today, 218-384-3970.
They found your watch at a crime scene.
This doesn't seem like a nut job with a gun fetish.
How about a demonstration?
They're one step ahead of us the whole time.
The Hawaii Five-0 fall finale. Then,
I sent Magnum on a suicide mission.
we gotta fly down there ourselves and find Thomas.
He's somewhere out there.
The Magnum PI fall finale, right after the Hawaii Five-0 fall finale, tonight on CBS.
Now, the CBS3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Another day, another low pressure system, and more snow. The worst of it this time around likely will be in the arrowhead of Minnesota and a portion of the snow belt. So looking at our advisories, we have a winter storm warning for the North Shore from roughly Two Harbors up towards Grand Portage. And then inland from that, a winter weather advisory for northern St. Louis County, inland Lake County, inland Cook County, and on the South Shore, Iron County facing that winter weather advisory. All of these could stay in effect through about noon tomorrow. Then we start to clear up and we start to cool down. So the low pressure systems will go, the snow will shut off, but then the temperatures will tumble for several days, which we'll show you in the 7-day forecast. Right now, of course, we're going to eye up the current conditions at the airport in Duluth while we take a live local look at downtown Ely. Of course, that's the intersection of Central Avenue and Sheridan Street. And you know, despite the advisory, it doesn't look so bad there. Yeah, the roads are slippery. Be careful when you're driving, but it's not like big buckets full of snow are coming down, at least not right now. Keep in mind it could happen, hence the winter weather advisory. Airport, though, right now it's 17. We are getting some light snow here in Duluth. The wind is calm, and the relative humidity is 84%. Now, temperature-wise, reasonably toasty, comparatively. 19 International Falls. We're looking at 18 in Hibbing and Moose Lake and Superior. 19 Hayward, 21 Ashland, and 24, 25 degrees for much of the Upper Peninsula. But Arctic high pressures coming in behind this last low pressure system, and temperatures start to go down by tomorrow afternoon. In fact, especially in Minnesota, tomorrow's high temperatures, that'll show in just a bit, likely will happen in the morning, and then go down from there through the afternoon and perhaps stay down for much of the 7-day period ahead. But now with that last low pressure system coming through the area here, we are seeing snows in the arrowhead of Minnesota and through northwestern Wisconsin into the Upper Peninsula as well. Not particularly heavy at one moment thanks to the calmish winds, but again persistent, so it will add up. Tonight, well, that high pressure will be looming to our north and west. And once we shake off the snow with the two low pressure systems, well, there's the third one from the other day going away, then the high pressure comes to call by tomorrow afternoon, chills us down, like I mentioned, for several days until almost this time next week. All right, snow forecast here. Inland, maybe not that much, but additional snow accumulations may be heavier on the North Shore and up towards 4 more inches for folks in the snow belt. Now, forecast tonight, Minnesota, low temps. They'll go anywhere from 2 inland to 15 by the lake. More snow, Wisconsin, Michigan. Low temps there in the mid-teens. For tomorrow, daytime high temps, Wisconsin, Michigan hit around 20. And snow could happen there through late afternoon, but roughly around the noon hour, it should ease up in Minnesota and then cool down. So now we eye up the extended forecast. Anthony, Kristen, and Neil, who's waiting in the wings. Come Sunday, 5 above is the best we're going to manage. Then it'll be fairly sunny, reasonably sunny, perhaps through Tuesday. Still cool even through Wednesday at 10 below, despite the chance for some snow on that day. From now until then, though, yeah, it'll be a sunnier period, and we will finally get a chance to get rid of the snow until Wednesday.
Till we get some more.
But it's just an iffy chance come Wednesday, and it looks like light stuff right now. So
all right. I'm glad people will have some time
days
to clean up a little bit. All right.
Thanks, Dave. Well, it will be a very merry holiday season for Twin Ports kids in need. Carlson Orthodontics dropped off this huge toy donation at the Superior Fire Department today. If a patient loses their retainer, Carlson Orthodontics gives them a new one for free if they donate a toy. They say that's made for a special trip to the Superior Fire Department for the last 5 years.
We are so grateful for our patients and to be a part of this community, and so especially at this time of year, we really want to give back to the community that supports us.
It gives us an opportunity to help those that we know truly need the help.
The Superior Fire Department has been holding a toy drive for more than 100 years.
Ice anglers have a good chance to reel in some new equipment this weekend. The Arrowhead Ice Fishing and Winter Expo is going on right now at the deck. There, outdoor lovers can find everything they need to make the most of winter. You can also learn from professionals who are on hand to answer any questions you might have. The show runs through Sunday.
All right, Neil's in for Kelly tonight for sports. Neil, what's on tap?
I was just going to say, you know who's not an outdoorsman?
Is it you?
Me.
Nothing? No fishing? Nothing?
Way back when.
Okay.
Not as much anymore. But
right.
anyway, this starts a big boost for the Vikings as they make a run at the postseason. Plus, the Bears and Packers renew their rivalry for the 200th time. We preview that matchup coming up right after the break.
I don't like bullies, and I don't like you.
Star Trek Voyager.
Find heroes and icons only on My 9.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Toyota. Presidential award-winning service. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler. KohlerToyota.com.
However you say happy holidays, say it on a cake from DQCakes.com. For the warm and cozy. For the unprepared. For the thought that counts. And for the cake you actually want to eat. At DQCakes.com, you can choose from hundreds of designs, and in a few easy clicks, pick a cake, pick a design, and create the perfect holiday cake. Say happy holidays at DQCakes.com. This is fan food, not fast food.
Make it the best holiday ever with the True Love Guarantee at Numi Jewelers. Dazzle her with a gift she's guaranteed to love. We're so sure she'll love the piece you choose that we'll even exchange it if she doesn't. True love is guaranteed at Numi Jewelers.
All of us at Super One Foods would like to say thank you. Thank you for shopping with us here each and every day and making it a joy to come to work.
You've allowed us to give back to the local communities we serve for the past 40 years. Each year, we raise and donate hundreds of thousands of dollars in support to local charities and food shelves, youth organizations, and various athletic events.
From all of us at Super One Foods, thank you.
We're proud to serve you locally every day with low prices and better choices.
Join fellow ice anglers and winter enthusiasts in Duluth when Eskimo presents the Arrowhead Ice Fishing and Winter Show. Shop the season's top brands, newest technology, and one-of-a-kind products at the biggest sale of the year. Get fishing tips from pros Tackle Terry Tuma, Mr. Bluegill Troy Peterson, and more. Fish for trout at the frozen basin and win prizes. Bring the family to the Alaskan Grizzly Bear exhibit. It's happening now at the deck in Duluth. Details at mniceshow.com.
On the economy, a unique leader, Mike Bloomberg's created over 400,000 jobs. As president, an opportunity economy that works for us. Tax fairness, where the wealthy pay their fair share. Education, affordable college and high-skilled vocational training so people can succeed in the new economy. Economic security, lower-cost health care, and affordable middle-class housing. Proven leadership on jobs to build an economy where people don't just get by, they get ahead.
I'm Mike Bloomberg, and I approve this message.
You can count on your independent agent to be there, just like the company that stands behind them.
J3 Insurance, your auto owner's agent in Duluth, Carlton, and Nisswa.
Bart picks me up when I call.
It gives me my mobility back.
It gets me from school.
It gets me to my appointments.
It gets me to class.
It gets me to practice.
And it helps me do my holiday shopping.
The bus is always warm.
At Bay Area Rural Transit, we have over 82,000 reasons to ride. One for every person who lives here.
Now, CBS 3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
Hello, I'm Neil Viers, but Kelly Hinseth has the night off. It couldn't come at a better time as the Vikings are getting star receiver Adam Thielen back in the fold for the team's late playoff push. The Vikings released their final injury report on Friday.
And Thielen wasn't carrying an injury designation, meaning he's ready to go Sunday versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Thielen suffered a hamstring injury back on October 20th in a win versus the Lions. He says it was a learning experience, being that it was his first major injury.
The main thing has just been focusing on every day trying to do what I have to do to get back on the field and be out there with my teammates and helping them win games. And then in the meantime, when I couldn't play, just trying to do whatever I could to help out the young guys or to be any type of resource for anybody. So I don't know if I did a great job, but I was trying my best every day. And like I said, I've learned a lot from the process, and definitely will help me moving forward.
Meanwhile, the division is the Packers to lose. Green Bay has a one-game lead plus a tiebreaker on the Vikings right now. But their game against the Bears on Sunday has a lot riding on it. A win accompanied with a Rams loss clinches a playoff spot for the Packers. Matt LaFleur says he's been looking back at their Week 1 win in Chicago in preparation for this Sunday.
Yeah, I think we both evolved, but you definitely want to go back and reference that game and try to get an idea of how they may do things against you in all three phases. And
the staple of our season so far has been, it's been different guys every week, and we've struggled at times with consistency. So the only difference between where we're at now at 10-3 and being a dangerous force that can make a run deep into the playoffs into the Super Bowl is that consistency.
To baseball, the Twins saw a long-time starting pitcher Kyle Gibson leave for the Rangers early in the offseason. Now another starting pitcher is headed elsewhere. Martin Perez signed a one-year deal worth $6 million with the Boston Red Sox. In his only season with the Twins, the left-hander went 10-7 with a 5.12 ERA in 29 starts. So a lot of Twins fans, they're frustrated right now. They haven't broke the bank yet for some top free agents, but hopefully soon. Hopefully soon.
He had some good starts, but then he also got really shelled and stuff. Yeah. So, but the pitching market's dwindling, so we better get one if we need a starter. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Neil.
All right, Dave. What are we looking at for the rest of the night?
Well,
here?
one last night, maybe another half day of snow to watch out for on the roadways. Again, roads are less than perfect everywhere in the region. Travel cautiously if you have to go out here tonight. Good chance for more snow, especially for the North Shore and the snow belt. That's where we're looking at winter weather advisories and even winter storm warnings from Two Harbors to Grand Portage. But by tomorrow afternoon, we should start to slowly clear, shake off the snow, and then cool down. Early tomorrow, we may hit 15 above for a high, and then we drop her to 5 for Sunday. Overnight low temps go back below 0 then as well, and that's pretty much the way we'll ride out much of the rest of the week until at least Wednesday. The change agent come next Wednesday to bring back slightly warmer temperatures will be a slight chance for snow. That cloud cover will help boost things up.
All right, some time to clear some of that snow this weekend.
I know, I still have plenty to do.
I know. All right, well, thanks for joining us tonight.
We'll see you back here at 10.